Rate certified 11 years in a row.
Okay, we're moving on to an Easter forecast, but what?
Are we going to have those winds here too?
Yeah, I guess we'll just go that way. I'm still processing that.
Alana, what do you think?
The answer is yes. Portions of the state are going to see gusty winds up to 55 miles per hour, so we feel your pain, National Weather Service, in the central portion of the U.S. Okay, this is where we close out the day today. Gorgeous shot here from South Jordan. Chris Williams catching this one, closing out a daybreak day, and gosh, it looks pretty. 8:07 with that official sunset. And the answer is yes, the winds will be ramping up. I've got to show you the active wind advisories that are posted and when they go into effect. This is after our soggy start. The warmth returned a bit today as we saw those temperatures climbing closer to average, made it to 58 in Salt Lake, but we see the warmth and then it departs because this Easter weekend system, it's going to keep us guessing. This is what it looked like midday today as the wet weather came through. We saw showers with a passing cold front. Now, it didn't impact temperature as much, but it did bring some wet weather. Great video there coming out of our doTERRA time-lapse camera. Satellite radar shows that we had a few lingering showers towards the northwestern corner of the state. That front to the south of us, a few clouds in central and southern Utah right now, but we know increasing cloud cover is on the way. Notice how those clouds are moving from the southwest. Southwesterly flow is something we're keeping a close eye on because it is going to result in some gusty conditions. The passing front actually did benefit us with moisture, which when you hear those drought stories, you know we need it. More than 3/10 in Centerville, North Logan, Wanship on the backside of the Wasatch Hill Air Force Base getting more than 1/4 of an inch, just shy of that in Clinton. So this last system favored the northern Wasatch Front. The easter system, well, it brings in a little more wet weather further south. The core of the system moving through, but it does really trigger those southwesterly winds for our Saturday, increases our cloud cover, and then the wet weather follows. Let's talk winds because, as you can see, a large portion of central and southern Utah under a wind advisory starting at noon tomorrow. That will hold until 9 p.m. It does include Juab, Millard County, down towards St. George, near Kanab into Lake Powell, up towards Castle Country and on the eastern side of the state. The wind advisory means we will see gusts up to 55 miles per hour, and blowing dust should be expected. So a heads up, reduced visibility where those winds are cranking. It will also be gusty in the north. Futurecast shows the cloud cover and the wet weather that fills in by the afternoon. We're looking at valley showers, rain, and in the mountains some snow showers, but we also have the potential for some thunderstorm activity. So you want to keep your eyes to the skies as that front kind of swoops through. We get that moisture. Here we are by 11 p.m. The model wants to keep the snow in the high country and some unsettled showers. I do think there's a slight chance Easter morning we could see maybe just a sprinkle, but as we get through the day, high pressure takes control and we will clear things out. So the holiday looking good. Maybe could start out the early morning hours with a few drip drops. 50s and 60s for tomorrow. The front coming through, winds ahead of it, behind it, and that wet weather. 77 in Moab, 60s in Cedar City, just shy of 80 degrees in St. George, where the holiday looks gorgeous. We'll get to 81 on Easter. We could see some gusty morning winds, and so sunrise services could be a little blustery. Dry conditions with temperatures warming. In the north, the chance of that wet weather by Saturday afternoon into the overnight. Easter, though, looking pretty good as we clear things out. You've got the festivities maybe in the yard. You're having the family over. Not going to be bad, just slightly below average. The warmth returns on Monday with a ridge building. We won't see another chance of wet weather until late week on Friday. A bit of an unsettled Easter weekend, but it should be beautiful. Hit or miss with those storms. Jordan, Emily, over to you.